Happy Friday, everyone. What is up? Hey, Kat.
Really, Mark, on a day where I have a migraine? Really?
Uh-oh. I don't make the days up, Kat. I just follow them.
Oh,
Oh my God. I'm just gonna have to blur your background.
All good, all good. Hey, what's up, Trisha? Oh, I always forget Zoom has that blurred background. Let me try that.
yeah, do that, dude.
I like my
Keith Hardy, is that his name?
It's okay. You can do it. You can. I'll survive. I just took some meds, so.
all good, all good. How's everyone doing? It's Friday. It's July.
Besides the migraine, pretty good.
Yeah. Can't believe it's already July.
I know, it's so weird. We just got, my father-in-law just came to stay with us yesterday and he has Alzheimer's, so it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a bad one. Hey, Rachel.
But it definitely makes you stay in the moment. No past, no future, just the present.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sasha? Well, yeah. How's everyone doing? End of the week. It's a holiday weekend, I guess. I didn't realize the 5th was a holiday until like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
People are banging firecrackers, and I'm an old lady now, and I'm like, why is this cool?
Such an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, Sasha?
Hey, how are you?
Not bad.
Outside today.
Sure.
Yes, it is a beautiful day here.
Nice.
It was really hot and then it rained and now it's like fall.
Yeah, it's been really lovely here in the Midwest the last few days.
Yeah, we're down to I think it's only supposed to hit like 99 today, so I'm grateful.
Nice. Trisha, where are you from? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm from San Diego.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to be here. I just actually kind of stumbled across this group last night.
Oh.
And so I just happened to see this and I was like, oh, that's perfect timing.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is really resonating with how I'm feeling right now. So I was really, really excited to find all the stuff online. And yeah, I'm just excited to kind of hear what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Cool. Love the calla lilies on your shoulder.
Thank you.
So if I can play therapist, Trisha, how are you feeling? What are some of those feelings that you're feeling?
Yeah, I guess I'll share a really quick little story. I don't want to take up the whole group's time. But I'm the creative manager at a software company. My background is in graphic design, like visual design and web design. My job is okay, but it's not really like fulfilling for me right now. And so I'm kind of at this point where I'm like, I've been searching, like kind of thinking about like, okay, if I want to, take the next step in my career, like what is something that I feel like would actually be fulfilling with me or for me. I am trying to, do my individual part as much as I can in being more sustainable, things like that. I have a son who's almost 2. And so becoming a parent has kind of really like, now I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is this state of the world we are passing on to the next generations? So I'm feeling this kind of really big pull to like do something more. And so I've been trying to connect, like, how can I, find like the next step in my career that aligns with my personal like passions. And so I feel like this group is really what I was looking for. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, definitely welcome.
Yeah, it's really interesting. to see a pattern with people that are joining the community. I mean, basically more or less the same thing, Tricia. Like, you know, they've come to this, what I call like climate epiphany, and this turning point in terms of questioning their lives, whether it's personal, professional, all the above. And so
Very
with
similar to my own.
and a lot of people's, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all have a climate epiphany, whether it's a big one that came at you know, at one time, or maybe a lot of small ones that kind of just built up and then you had that aha moment. Yeah, and what we're trying to do for people like you is to provide that action so you can actually do something about it. So we're all about action here. It's one thing to inspire, but that can only go so far. And so all the stuff that we're trying to do is to create climate designers, really. One of our North Stars right now is, what if every designer were a climate designer? And so what can we do as a community, as an initiative, to put you know, frameworks in place, provide processes, questions, connections, collaborations, things like that, so that you can take that and implement that in your 9 to 5. You know, we're not suggesting people quit their jobs and work on this full time. If they can, if they want to, great. We know that that's not possible in a lot of ways. And so what can people like you do inside of your 9 to 5 that can help move the needle? So yeah, that's great. Welcome. Yeah, and I was also born in San Diego, so I haven't been as an adult, which I need to go down there.
Yeah, it's a great place to be at.
Yeah. Hey, Sabrina.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
All good, all good. Welcome.
You're late. We've all been waiting for you.
Yeah, I was having computer issues. Technology always fails me.
Are you calling in from San Francisco?
Yes, indeed.
Nice. Nice view of the Bay Bridge. I mean, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, this is kind of like my first time. I just signed up for like climate designers like a couple days ago, so I don't really know what to expect. I'm just jumping in and seeing what y'all are talking about.
Welcome. Thanks for jumping in. We're having a side conversation in the chat about fireworks and how not environmentally friendly and a waste of money they are.
No.
Yeah, didn't really like about burning money when we were burning fireworks.
Dude, I haven't watched the Instagram video, but what is environmentally unfriendly about fireworks, that they start fires, or is there more stuff to that?
The first thing he mentioned is that they are releasing toxic gases and that they're made of metal compounds. What else?
Yeah.
They definitely are not friendly to wildlife.
Yep, and people with PTSD.
Or life from non-wild animals too, like the dogs.
Something about lithium, sodium salts. It's really fascinating. Thanks for sharing that, Rachel.
How's it going, Zoe? Good seeing you.
So
hi, good. Good to see you guys.
I just started the climate interactive En-ROADS training. Are you guys familiar with that at all?
Yeah, they have a sort of DIY simulator that you can move the little levers up and down and simulate different.
So they have a multi-week training on that just started yesterday. They just did a drop of the modules. It's all free, and it's to basically give people the tools to be able to either hold workshops or just be able to learn more about the climate science.
Cool.
And I highly recommend it. I'll drop the link for that in the chat. So like I said, just started yesterday, brand new session. There were hundreds of people that joined the first Zoom call from all over the world. And it's just another tool in our tool belt.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how accurate their simulator is, but I know it's based in a lot of science.
It's definitely super, accurate.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really helped me wrap my brain around, like, even if you turn all of the levers to the best possible outcome, we're going to get hotter in the next 10-ish years. Like that is the best case scenario, is it's going to get hotter and then hopefully come back down. So like just like getting really rooted in the reality of the situation and knowing what to expect gives me comfort, I guess.
Yeah, and just, yeah, realizing that we need all those different solutions. So there's so much work ahead, but
Yeah.
so many opportunities.
Yeah, there's huge work to be done. I've been rereading Rewiring America's handbook on electrifying America to get us off of fossil fuels. It was written last year and I read it when it came out, but I've been rereading it yesterday and the day before, and it's still really good. So rewiringamerica.com, I think I'll post a link in the chat.
Okay.
Rewiringamerica.org.
Yeah, and Saul Griffith, who's the author of that, he's a really great guy. If you can find videos on him giving presentations, he was on Vox, I believe, being interviewed by Ezra Klein. He's just all over the place now. Really smart dude, MacArthur Genius Fellow. But the one thing I love about him is that he's a scientist, researcher, nerdy dude, but he can just speak in the most common sense, straightforward. Yeah, he doesn't throw in all the jargon and all the industry stuff. It's just super simple stuff and you can follow along. And after hearing his presentation or one of his interviews, you'll definitely get on the Saul Griffith train.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
He dug into the Department of Energy data from the last, I don't know how many years, and just like counted every watt of energy and figured out what like literally exactly needs to be done to get, everybody the electricity that we're using now and the energy that we're using now, and do it all with renewables. Like it's a total and complete roadmap. It's amazing. And I think he's working with the Biden administration and Congress people and politicians to hopefully implement all of this. So it's good. It's amazing. Wow, that En-ROADS training is free?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
And you can become an ambassador, in which case you get a certificate. And all that means is that you have to actually agree to hold 2 sessions yourself to actually become a lead on 2 sessions where you're conveying your knowledge.
Fun fact, climate designers is thinking about doing certification of some sort.
Nice.
We don't know how.
Or what?
We're figuring it out right now.
Maybe we'll
But-
use this as an example or something, because
Yeah, we're working with a creative agency here on a few new offerings that are kind of in test mode, stealth mode right now. And one of them is apparently going to be, what we can start to think about when it comes to certifying designers to become climate designers. So if anyone has any experience or any other examples of certifications, specifically in the creative industry, that would be awesome to send our way, just so we can use it as inspiration or something. But
yeah,
stay tuned for that. I would love to, as I think I always do now that Sasha has been helping us with the community, put some attention on her post that I just dropped into the chat. It's one of the latest posts that she sent out, and I've just been loving all the responses. So Sasha asked a few days ago, if you could share just one piece of advice with someone about climate design, what would it be? Think about the person right behind you on your learning journey. I'm sure everyone has something valuable to share. And some of the responses, all of them actually, are really amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
I just got to Mark's. Did you see that one?
Not mine. Yeah, another Mark, but yes.
Mark Simpson, sorry.
Mark Simpson, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You need to be bold and audacious in pursuit of your vision. Turn any need for validation inward and become your own guiding light. Understand that the world around you is full of abundance, like just chock full of words of wisdom here. This is amazing.
Yeah, and since we have two new members on the call, Sabrina and Trisha, yeah, it'd be good to have you all, read that and get your thoughts as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing, like we're all in this journey together, and it's not a new journey. I always say that there's been a lot of other designers and creatives before us putting their energy on climate. I always call out Bucky Fuller as one of the OG climate designers, but I think what we're doing now is really giving it some structure and form to provide to the design community. And so the people behind climate designers, me, Sarah, Sasha, Rachel, and a few others who are on the core team and chapter leaders, like we're all figuring this out as we go. So I love this. That's why I love this question from earlier this week, just because this is all new to us, all of us, really. So love it.
Yeah, on that note, I like one of the last posts from Freedom. She said, pay attention to what the grassroots activists have done before you, and just kind of saying we don't have to know everything ourselves, and there are a lot of people who know a lot of things, and find people to work with. I feel that way a lot. As a designer, I'm good at design, but I'm not great at knowing climate science and the things that we necessarily need to do to solve it. So it's great to be able to work with other people, find people to assist who know what they're doing and are doing the work already.
I love hearing the wind chimes behind you, Sasha.
I put these out here a couple weeks ago, and I love them because they're just constantly clinking, but I'm afraid that my neighbors are gonna start getting annoyed with them, but I love them.
No, they're great.
Yeah, to go off of your last comment, Sasha, about the post, one thing that I've been sharing lately, giving talks to groups of people, I don't really subscribe to the idea that designers will save the world. I think that's a really arrogant phrase. I believe that we have a great toolkit. I believe we have lots of great skills. And I feel like we can be really good supporting cast members, supporting roles for people that are doing the hard work, the scientists, the researchers, the policy people. So I think that if we were to just support them in any way we can, and going off of Freedom's post about listening to them, listening to the activists who've been doing this for many years before, what'd you say, some of us were even born. So yeah, I feel like let's support those doing the hard work and use our talents any way we can.
On the flip side of that, of what Mark just said, I think designers could absolutely be part of destroying the world if we continue to be ignorant and closed-minded and just keep doing what capitalism wants us to do. So a lot of people think being a climate designer means quitting your job and going to work for somebody that's doing positive stuff. But I think one of the things that we could do that's really impactful is to continue to work for the clients or the employers who may not be aware of anything or care any way about environmental stuff, and just say, just be planting the seeds of making things more sustainable and finding ways to change from the inside. That's one of the biggest impacts that we can make, especially if you get really good at it, at doing, at persuading people and influencing the business for the changes that are better for us living on this planet.
I'll just add really quick, as a new person to this whole idea. I feel like you guys have already put together like a ton of resources. I've been trying to read through everything, on the site, and I think it's really helpful. And I love that you guys are about action and giving, specific ideas of things that us as individual designers can do. So I'll just give you guys that kudos really quick. It's been really exciting to read through all this stuff that you've put together so far.
Thank you. That's so sweet to hear. Are you overwhelmed? Is there anything that stands out as your favorite thing so far?
Overwhelmed, just trying to like digest all the information, I guess, you know. Yeah, and really just still trying to like figure out what can I do.
Sabrina, what's your background?
Yeah, so I just recently kind of transitioned into like getting interested into doing like product design and stuff. But before I was working as an electrical engineer, kind of with like the idea like I wanted to work with like renewables and stuff like initially, and like work on solar panels and stuff. And that quickly transitioned into like me being really cynical about like tech doesn't really do anything. It's all about the policymakers. And then I was just like, what can I even do? I'll just make money. And then, but now like getting into like design and knowing that there's like a community of people out there like you that are actively like putting resources together, like creating action items, that kind of like reawakened like this, this spark in me to like want to like do good and like help like, yeah, actively like contribute to this. But yeah, I was just kind of interested in like hearing about how like what your backgrounds are, like how you got to this point, like what are some like specific actions you took as like climate designers like to get to this point. Yeah.
Yeah, my background's in software design, product design, before that graphic design, and I just completely burnt out at some point. And I felt like if I was going to be destroying my body doing work, I might as well be doing work that is helpful to society. And so I went on a journey of trying to figure out what that meant and freelancing, and became a yoga teacher and like learned a bunch of stuff. And in that transition, met Mark because he was already doing design and social impact work as a freelancer and also educating designers. And so those were sort of an intersection of things that I was interested about. And so I sort of picked his brain and worked with him at a workshop, and kind of came up with the idea that the process that he was using and the process that I had learned would probably go well together. So we started a business together, a creative agency, and it's called The Determined. And we started it to just focus on social impact at first. And then a few years in, we decided to narrow down the broad umbrella of social impact to climate impact. And in doing so, you know, our colleagues started referring to us as those climate designer people. And I think Mark was like, that kind of has a ring to it. And I feel like, I wonder if there are more people who would resonate with that. And that was kind of where it started. That was the spark. It's like, wait, nobody's really gathering the designers of all different kinds who are focused on sustainability that we knew of. So we just kind of threw it out there to see if people were like out there resonating with that like we were. And lo and behold, people just started saying, yes, this is my thing. I love it. This is my jam. So we were like, cool, what does that mean? And figured it out from there. And that's been the last year and a half or so. In a nutshell.
Yeah, Cliff Notes version.
Thanks for sharing. Sorry. Wait,
No need to apologize.
I have to leave. I'm sorry. Thank
That's
you.
all right. We've got 5 minutes, so good to meet you. Hope you can come to the next one.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for
Bye.
hosting. Bye.
Hi, Sabrina. Nice to meet you.
So yeah, we've got 5 minutes left. Anyone else learning anything this week they want to share?
I have a, I'm trying so hard to find a link right now. Like I just joined it's like a maybe 6 or 8 week course for the climate march in September. I'm not even really sure like what, like this is where I should provide a link so I can not just give you misinformation. So hold that thought.
Do you know who is putting it on?
I'm trying to figure that out because all I have here is, okay, wait, Future Coalitions Strikes to the Streets Political Education Series.
Mm.
Okay, so if I Google that.
Sounds like a grad program.
A what?
A grad program.
Oh,
Sounds very heady.
it does, doesn't it?
That should be enough to go on. I'm searching all of those words.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Walk out to vote? No.
Oh, maybe, okay. Twitter.
Future Incubator. Future Coalition looks cool. I don't know why I haven't heard of them before.
Okay, here, got it. So there's that.
Nice. Stripes to
And-
the streets.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm just gonna try it out, see what's
6-week
going
training
on
series
there.
designed for young people who are ready to take on Wall Street. I love it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Also, I don't know if, like, I'm met some of you, but not all of you. I'm a brand strategist and designer, and I've been narrowing down a niche lately, thinking like I want to work with climate, like organizations that do something for climate change, which is like now that I'm doing my research, I realize it's so broad. There's so many different areas of that. So. One of the smaller niches I've been looking into is in wine, like sustainable wine making, wine growing. And that's been really interesting, and learning about all the garbage that's in regular wine that we don't even know about.
Yeah, I love that. Narrowing down the niche inside the climate friendly world is, I think, really, really smart. If you, if you have ins to a certain industry like wine, beverages, or food or something, like something that people are already buying and is already a product. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to go.
Yeah, and like something people forget all the time is like wine is agriculture.
Mhm.
And agriculture is a huge contributor to climate change.
Absolutely.
And here we are, like people care.
Solution.
Yeah, like people care so much about organic this and that at the grocery store, or like going to their farmers market and getting like sustainably grown or local stuff. But in wine, that's not talked about very much, or it is, but in much smaller circles, and it's just like not as mainstream.
Yeah, because organic wines don't necessarily always taste that good.
There's that. I mean, like the reasons that they taste different though, or like once you read about it, you're like, you're never going to want to have a conventional wine again.
It's true.
And because they just, the whole point of wine is like to take the most, like the essence of the grape and create like a beverage with it, right? But like with conventional winemaking, all the chemicals that they add, like the pesticides and the insecticides or the herbicides, end up stripping away all those characters. So then they have to add them back in afterwards as like artificial things.
Gross.
And like wine also shouldn't taste the same from one to another. It shouldn't taste like identical. But because that sells well, they do that. And so that's when they add things like gelatin and anyways, whatever, I could go on. But I think it's also really interesting that like my like theory, my working theory here is that like with organic foods, one of the reasons that we actually talk about that in mainstream culture is that like it's on the label, and there's actual organic certification programs where you can have like a stamp that's like USDA certified organic. But in wine, they're lacking a lot of those things. And you don't even have to put anything on the ingredient label. So now I'm kind of starting to look into like, well, what organizations are pushing for that?
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Let us know how we can support you. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, what is it, like a multi-billion-dollar industry, right?
It's
mean,
gotta be.
It's high up there, yeah. So that would be huge strides in implementing that. Yeah, let us know how we can help.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And it's now the top of the hour, so don't
Yeah.
feel like you have to stay. But yeah, we're happy to chat more, and we'll be here again next week. Thank you so much for coming.
Cool. Thank you.
Great.
I guess I did think of one thing you could do to help me is just connect me with sustainable wine people.
Yeah. Where are you again?
I'm in LA.
You're in LA. Okay, cool. Noted.
Yeah, I will talk to anybody.
Look into just Google Regenerative Earth Summit.
Okay.
And they're a really interesting organization. Pre-COVID, they would do these conferences that the foundation of the conference was addressing climate, but they came at it through industry. So one year was centered around fashion, another year was centered around agriculture. So they have a lot of connections to the food and beverage industry. So just kind of poke around the website, see who's like supporting them, see who's sponsoring their events. They're doing virtual events now. And then the woman, if you are serious about finding something there, the woman who runs it, we know her, and so we can make a connection. She might. I don't think she's the one, but she can point you in.
She's a connector. She's a mega connector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm checking them out right now. All right, I have to jump off. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, great meeting you.
All right, everyone.
Good to meet you.
To see you.
All right, bye guys.